हेलो वेलकम टू माय यूट्यूब चैनल। तो आज हम बुक रीडिंग करने जा रहे हैं। ये इकोनॉमिक्स का क्लास 12। तो वीडियो अच्छी लगी हो तो लाइक करें, शेयर करें, सब्सक्राइब करें मेरे यूट्यूब चैनल को। तो सप्लाई एंड प्राइस इलास्टिसिटी ऑफ सप्लाई। Supply, it is a refer to the quantity of commodity that a seller is willing to sell a different price in a given period time. Individual supply is a particular commodity by an individual from the different price in the market is termed as an individual supply. Market supply is quantity of a particular commodity offered for sale by the all firms at the different price in the market is known as a market supply. Quantity supply, it is a refer to the amount of commodity offered for sale against a specific price at a point of time. Supply schedule, it is able to showing various quantity of a commodity offered for sale corresponding to different possible price of the commodity. Individual supply schedule, tabular presentation of relationship between price and individual supply by a firm called individual supply schedule. Market supply schedule, presentation of the relationship between price and supply of all the firm is called market supply schedule. Supply curve, it is a graphical presentation. It is a graphical presentation of a supply schedule showing various quantities of a commodity offered for sale, different possible price of the commodity. Individual supply curve, graphical presentation of relationship between price and individual supply by a firm called individual supply curve. Market supply curve is graphical presentation of a relationship between price and market supply of all the firm is called market supply curve. Supply function, it is a studies the functional relationship between supply of a commodity and its various determinants. Individual supply function, it is a studies of functional relationship between supply by an individual firm its determinants. Market supply function, it is studies the functional relationship between supply by all firms and its determinants of supply. The various determinants or factor affecting supply are own price of commodity, price of related good, number of firm in the industry, goal of the firm, price of factor in production, state of technology, business confidence, government policies. Law of supply, the law of supply state that other factor remaining the same, higher the price, the greater the quantity supply, or lower the price of lesser quantity supplied. Consumption of law of supply, there is no change in the price of the factor of production, there is no change of techniques of production, there is no change of goal of the firm, no change price related to goods. Investor have full confidence of our business. Causes of operation of law of supply. Profit motive, change in the number of firm, reduction in stock. Expectation to the law of supply. The law does not apply in case of agriculture product. This law does not apply in case of goods. The law does not apply the antique goods, old stamps, coins, etc. The law does not apply to the labor market. Movement along a supply curve of change in a quantity supply. If the quantity supplied increase or decrease in response of rise of the price commodity alone, assuming other factor by constant, it is now movement along the supply curve. Movement along supply curve may take a following form. Extension of supply, when the quantity supplied rise with the rise in price, it is called extension of supply. In case we move upward rightward on the same supply curve, construction of supply when the quantity supplied falls the fall in price. It is a called construction to supply. In this case, we move downward, leftward on the same of supply curve. Shift in the supply curve to change in supply. Shift in supply curve slow in the situation and or increase or decrease in the supply due to factor other than how price of commodity. Shift in supply increase in supply. When supply is commodity increase due to the factor other that price is called increase in supply. In the situation supply curve is shifted rightward, right forward. Decrease in supply decrease in supply. When supply is commodity decrease due to the factor other than price is called decrease in supply. In this situation supply curve shifted leftward, left forward. Elasticity of supply is the degree of repro- quan- quantity supplied of the commodity due to the change in the price. Perfectly in elasticity supply when there is no change in quantity supplied, where there is no change in quantity supplied to response change in price. It's now perfect in elasticity supply. Zero elasticity of supply in the condition supply curve will be straight in the parallel to y-axis. Less unit elasticity in elasticity supply when percentage change in quantity supplied is less than percentage change in price. It is called less than unit of elasticity in elasticity supply. In case of supply curve is upward sloping straight line, x axis is positive range. More units of elasticity supply when percentage change in quantity supplied more than percentage change in price. It is called more than unit of elasticity supply. In case of supply curve is upward sloping straight line intersecting the y-axis above the origin O. Factor affecting elasticity supply: nature of input used, risk taking, nature of commodity, time factor, techniques of production, cost of production. Change in quantity supply, change in price, percentage change in price, percent change in quantity supply. Forms of market: concept of market may be take a defined as a arrangement of establishing effective relationship between buyer and seller of the commodity. Features of market: commodity to the bought and sold, buyer and seller of the commodity, area where buyer and seller meet, close contact between buyer and seller, perfect competition market. It is a form of market where there are large number of buyer and seller of a commodity. Buyer product is sold with no control over price by an individual firm, individual buyer. Features of perfect competition: very large number of buyer and seller, home homogeneous product, free entry exit of firm, perfect knowledge, perfect mobility, factor of production, absence of transportation and cost, firm in firm is the price taker. Demand curve under perfect competition. Under perfect competition, demand curve is from a perfectly elasticity mean that from a sale an amount of commodity at the prevailing price. From demand curve indicated by horizontal straight line parallel to x-axis. Pure competition: it is the market form in which there are large number of buyer and seller, a homogeneous product and free entry exit of firm. Monopoly: it is the market situation in which a firm has the sole right over production or sale of the product with no close substitute. Government has monopoly to cable network water supply. Causes relationship: embryo monopoly, government licensing, patient right, cartels, nature of single produce of seller, no causes substitute, entry in new firm, full control over price determine price maker. So thank you so much for this my watching video. This is a 12th economic question paper. Like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel.